Well, looky here, would you look at this, a bonus video on the weekend, and it's for Eve Echoes. Of course, it's going to be a bit of a negative one, unfortunately. This is really a worrying situation to me. Like, I am honestly trying to do right by Eve Echoes right now. I'm trying to be honest to the community because I think you guys are owed that. I think you guys have been kind to me for 3 years. I can't lie to you and sit here and say, this game's great, it's going fantastic. I need to treat you like the adults you are and respect you, respect your time, and ultimately do what netease won't and respect your money. When it comes down to it, though, there are some things that are just, like, not great, but, you know, not terrible either. This is worrying. This announcement that came out yesterday, by the time you're watching this video, is genuinely worrying. And if you're coming here from having watched the dev Q&A, well done, awesome, thank you for the support, great to hear you back. Let's jump right into having a look at this announcement. I'm not going to preamble this one. Plex abnormal price fluctuations announcement. 2 new Eden Capsuleers. Concord has taken a special interest in the recent Plex short supply in the market and has immediately launched an investigation. Details of the current situation and related solutions are provided below. So, first of all, before we read any further into this, I'm now talking with my eyes closed, genuinely just me and the mic, me and you guys. There has been a Plex shortage recently. We know this, that Plex is going up and up in price. This is due to a decrease in supply with no decrease in demand. People still want Plex. Now, in my opinion, there are a couple of reasons for this. Ultimately, the ban of India banning Eve Echoes, plus Russia being banned from making payments, those are always going to be issues because those are 2 fairly big spending economies in mobile games. Those people are no longer able to buy the Plex that would be injected into the system. That's going to be a problem, but it's been going on a year now. So is that the sole thing? No, it's not. I think a lot of this is also boycotting and just players leaving, and thus some of the big spenders finally going, no, I've had enough, and therefore there's no Plex being injected into the market from that side of things. And I think ultimately the push for pay to win with direct purchases means that folks aren't then spending on Plex. Like, when netease try to get you to spend $200 on a nano core and then another $500 to level it up, when they want you to spend $200 on an implant and then a whole load more to level it up, they obviously are not thinking that people only have so much money, right? Or at least the average person does. We only have so much money. And if you want to get us to buy these nice shiny things here, it means the basics aren't going to go paid for. Like, if, with me starting to play World of Warcraft and EVE Online, I've got subscriptions to pay there. That means I have to look at some of my other subscriptions and go, I'm not using you anymore, I can cancel you and I can focus on this instead. And we move our money around. That's what we as human beings do, and I reckon that's what's going on. netease don't. The main reason causing such market disruption is illegally organised botnets, underselling a large amount of ISK and engaging in currency speculation on Plex. I did a Google search for all of this. I tried to find a load of bot runners selling ISK for Eve Echoes. There aren't many. There really aren't that many. Like, you can find much worse for EVE Online, and that is a game that apparently doesn't have this problem. So I don't think I agree with netease on this. I don't think that's the issue. I've been spending a lot of time in low sec and high sec recently, and I'm not seeing a massive surge in bots. Like, genuinely I'm not, but let's hear them out. Let's see what they say, because this gets really worrying really quickly. Due to the increased account suspensions this year, a total of 96,000 accounts owned by illegally organised botnets were suspended in February, and some big networks were shut down for good. But no information on any of this, no actual names or anything given. And 96,000, we are, led to assume that this number is genuine. When they stopped doing the bot announcements, they used to announce how many bots they were taking out of the game every single week, every month. They've not done that in a long time, which leads me to believe this is not the problem they're making it out to be, and this is simply lies. I have no evidence to that. I just don't have evidence to support it either, and therefore the scientific method, God bless you Carl Sagan, although that's a really weird choice of words considering, ultimately leads me to cast suspicion on anything. I have to look at things critically. I have to consider, okay, that's your theory, do you have evidence to support it? And if the answer is no, you don't have evidence to support it, I need to find another theory and try and find evidence that will support that. That's how the scientific method works. You You come up with a theory, or a hypothesis rather. You hypothesize something and you look for evidence, and if the evidence supports it, then your hypothesis could be accurate and thus become a theory. If your hypothesis has no evidence that supports it, like this has no evidence that supports it, it casts doubt on it, you know? Anyway, so our other botnets made a quick exit from the market by underselling ISK, causing ISK prices to fall further and disrupting market order. In addition, some big networks took the opportunity to engage in plex speculation, causing trading volumes to fluctuate greatly and plex in short supply. It's all some nice big fancy words there, but it kind of makes me think of a conversation I had with Sheev last week, which is on a podcast episode I still need to actually edit and push out for you guys. It's taking forever. Sorry, Sheev, if you're listening to this. It is still coming, I promise. Sheev was talking about setting up a video where he's bought a load of stuff off of the market and he's just destroying it just to help prices out. There's stuff like that going on in the game right now. I don't think this is bots. I really don't think this is bots, and I'm going to have a load of people in the comment section saying, "Oh no, Benzie, you're completely wrong. I spend all my life in high sec and I've noticed hundreds more bots." Show me, because I'm in high sec and low sec a lot right now, and with this, I've spoken to a lot of people who are up that way as well, and no one I have spoken to has noticed a difference. No one. Not a single person. There is no evidence for this. Current solution. Here's where we hit that downward slope. Plex determines the gaming experience. No, it doesn't in Eve Echoes. Aurum dictates the gaming experience, but there we go. And experience is everything. No, money is everything, says netease, but they just like to push these words out to make you feel warm and fluffy inside about it. Anyway, for this reason, we'll put a certain amount of confiscated plex into NPC insurance companies, converting them into plex orders and ships modules and rigs orders. Oh boy, if you're complaining about insurance already kind of being a bad thing, this just made it a absolute metric crap ton worse. Instead of giving these to players to work with, no. Instead of just deleting it off the market, no. They're basically flooding the market with plex into NPCs. Rather than just add plex to the market, I don't know, you can't even really do that if I'm being completely honest. But they're putting it into NPC insurance. If you were hoping you were going to get some buy orders to actually build some stuff, yeah, no, they're letting the NPCs do it for you. That's god-awful. Like, that is genuinely, in black and white, one of the stupidest and dumbest things right there. If you're an industrialist, I'd be fuming right now. Player-driven economy. Nah, we're just gonna flood the market with a load of stuff that we got the NPCs to build for you instead, right? Awful. Absolutely awful. Follow-up plan will continue to investigate each and every account violation and impose appropriate fines, which will be rewarded to all capsuleers in plex at a later time. Cool, give everyone plex. That's how you solve inflation, right? You give everyone access. No. Oh my god. EVE Online famously hired an economist to work for them, and it's arguably one of the main reasons that the economy in EVE Online is so damn good. Not perfect, but good. Echoes. We don't need an economist. We're going to suck our finger, put it into air and check which way the wind blowing. That gives us idea. What the hell are they thinking? To restore market order, here are 2 preliminary plans to resolve the above issue because, oh boy, okay, that's a bad start, right? Can it get worse or is it going to get better? Well, let's find out. Through data analysis, we find that over 99% of the capsuleers spend less than 8 hours a day in manual operating combat because it's boring as all hell, while almost all of those who spend more than 12 hours used illegitimate programs. In order to prevent a small number of groups making illegal attempts, a small number, it was 96,000 earlier, just in 1 month. That doesn't sound like a small number. Please get your story straight here, netease. Yeah, so I've lost my place. In order to prevent a small number of groups making illegal attempts to ensure fairness in the game. Fairness, you know, that really important thing when they're giving capital ships back to some people and not to others. Yeah, fairness, clearly an important part for NetEase, and the fundamental interests of the majority of players, something that NetEase have historically cared about, the fundamental interests of everyone. That's why we have so much exciting small ship content. It's why we have all of these systems like exploration fully fleshed out, Nihilist Dead Space is fully fleshed out. It's why the Yanjung were added to the game, isn't it? All of these things that, NetEase did because they wanted the majority of players to get a benefit. They didn't just want to do stuff for cap pilots or for battleship pilots. No, they wanted it for everyone. Oh, wait. As well as to encourage capsuleers to have a healthy lifestyle. Oh my god, this is Game Dev Bullshit 101. Yeah, we're doing this to help you, honest. It's totally in your best interests. We're helping you have a healthy lifestyle. How about you get off my case, NetEase? If I want to sit on my backside in the same position on the sofa for 12 hours, then complain that I've got back problems and chronic obesity, that's on me. I'm allowed to do that because, damn it, I'm a free Westerner. That's what I'm allowed to do. Jokes aside though, I hate that line. Encourage capsuleers to have a healthy lifestyle. God, I sound like Jim Sterling. What? Just if people... Oh, you don't get to police that. You don't get to police that. It's such crap of, oh, we're totally doing this to help you, and people buy this. We're considering limiting the maximum hours that players can claim bounties per day. Okay, actually, that's kind of a good thing on one hand because it does help the market a little bit. But hey, let's keep going. Capsuleers will no longer be able to claim bounties after 16 hours of combat, taking redundancy into account. The assistant will prompt Concord is no longer issuing bounties today after 16 hours. Earlier on, you said that like 99% spend less than 8 hours a day, and now you're sitting there saying, oh, we're going to set the limit at 16. So in the very best case scenario, this does nothing because, oh, if it's over 12 hours and you're still giving them 16 hours. You're saying almost all of those who spend more than 12 hours use illegitimate programs, but you're giving those people another 4 hours. And ultimately, even if some of them are doing it 24 hours, oh no, my bot's got an 8-hour downtime, and like all of that work that I'm not doing. Like genuinely, who cares if your bot is 8 hours less efficient? It's still better than doing it manually, is what a botter is going to do. Like... This solves nothing. This literally solves nothing. It's a bunch of, look, we're totally helping you while doing absolutely sweet FA about anything. Yeah. Combat assistance. We plan to improve the combat assistance in-game to reduce the operational burden on capsuleers, because combat right now is so engaging and difficult, right? Like actually having to press that lock-on button and activate the first volley of shots off your Apocalypse Striker. Oh, it's so hard. Won't somebody please think of my poor withered fingertips? Yeah, I'm not even mocking any actual player here because this is just crazy. Who is sitting in Eve Echoes right now and going, oh my god, the combat's so complex and burdensome. I can't cope. No one. No one is asking that. We are actively saying to NetEase, please can you make the game more engaging? That's why you added implants! You said implants would make the game more engaging! Now you want to turn around and get rid of the operational burden on capsuleers. Again, spinning this like it's in the player's interests. To ensure a more relaxed and fairer PvE environment. More relaxed PvE environment. Like warping to an anomaly, pressing lock all, and then hitting your buttons is too stressful. Like crikey. If that's stressful for you, put the game down and visit a doctor. Genuinely, you are going to have a heart attack. And as for fairer PvE environment, well, you could open it up so it's not just Tech 10 players. That would be cool. Some players use hacks and scripts written by themselves or professional programming teams, which is extremely unfair. Yes, and some people get their ships back when they ask for them and some people don't, which is also unfair. Improper behaviours violate the user agreement and ruins the experience for other players. So does giving ships back to some people and not others. But hey, we don't care about being extremely unfair or violating the user agreement there when you actively admit that, yeah, no bug was found, but but hey, we like you, so you know what, have the ship back. Yeah, that doesn't ruin the experience for other players, does it? Check my comment section on that video, netease. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it really does. We will continue to monitor these behaviors and take serious actions. Good, because none of this crap here is serious. Seriously stupid, maybe, but none of this does anything. The above solutions are not final, and the limitations are open to adjustment. netease speak for totally, this is exactly what's going to happen, but if you make enough noise about it, then eye roll, I guess we'll reconsider some of it and, you know, roll it back a little bit. Like the 16 hours of combat will push back to, you know, maybe 23.5 hours. You know, yeah, that'll be fine, you know, that's fine. Remember the massive outcry when they limited you to 50 news encounters a day? 50 news encounters. And people are like, oh my god, it's so limiting and constraining, and what am I going to do? I don't know, like, you know, log an alt? I don't know, just 50 encounters a day does kind of seem a little bit excessive. Like, I get the whole not policing things, but that was done with a good reason. And they still rolled back on it, didn't they? Anyway, so, we have also noticed that illegally organised botnets are making ISK by assigning large numbers of bots to newer player missions and encounters. Here it comes. Therefore, we're trying to come up with ideas to limit the number of new bot accounts and optimize the learning experience for real new players. Feel free to send us your thoughts and suggestions. netease, yeah, we totally care about new players. We really want the new players to stick around, so we need to be careful not to push them out. Whatever you do is going to push them out, netease, because you don't give two flying craps about them at this point in time. You've not cared about new players for 2 years. Don't pretend like you care about them now. Genuinely, just don't. That is insulting to all of the player base to even come up with that, like, opinion. That just, no. Just don't. Just don't. Yeah, Benzie's angry at this. Of course I'm angry about this. They're lying about the main cause of the plex disruption. They're giving bullcrap current solutions to it that basically are going to crap all over industry once again. Poor industrials. As soon as you think you've caught a break, something else comes along. The follow-up plans are just pointless or dumbass. Like, the battle hours, 16 hours of combat. Yeah, you can't claim bounties after 16 hours of combat a day. Just what? What? You've even said that your own limit really says that at 8 hours, most people are spending less than 8 hours, and almost all who spend over 12 hours. So put the cap at 12 hours. Like, you've got the data, and then you still suck the air anyway. Just lick your finger and try and guess that way. You have data, and you just ignore it. That's netease and Eve Echoes, though, isn't it? I don't know. I really don't know. I am trying to be so positive these days, guys. I really, really am. I love this game. I love the community. I keep saying this. And people are like, oh, Benzie, you keep being so negative. Why are you being so negative? I don't think I can support you and follow this channel anymore. Rather than getting angry at me being, you know, upset about the stuff that's going on, get angry at the devs that are doing it. Like, I just frustrates me so much. Just to throw out these dumbass reasons and these ridiculous problem fixes that it just hurts the game. It just hurts the game. A game that is already bleeding players. A game that has no way of getting new players to stick around, and they just want to treat everyone like idiots. And they just, none of this does any of what they're saying, and that bottom bit is really, really insidious. We're trying to come up with ideas to limit the number of new bot accounts and optimize the learning experience for real new players, because that basically means, if you look at any time any development studio has said crap like that in the past, it results in a situation that just screws over the players, does nothing to affect the bots, because you know what, people who run bot accounts are pretty clever. It does nothing to stop the bots, and instead it just kills the new players. It's DRM, basically. All you're doing is punishing the legitimate people while doing nothing to actually address the problems at hand. I'm sorry, folks, I'm trying to be positive. I really am trying to be positive these days, but I'm struggling so hard. If you want to hear positive Benzie, come watch an EVE Online video. I tell you, I'm having so much fun in that game right now, and I want to be having that kind of fun in EVE Echoes as well, but I don't see it happening anytime in the future, at least, you know, anytime soon, because heck, once we get through all this crap, we've still got Titans to come in August. Just what the game needs. We're going to have golden nanocores, we're going to have $1,500 Titan nanocores, we're probably going to have a load of new implants that just blow the old ones out the water. Oh, I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say other than, you know, thanks for watching, happy sailing, and see you in New Eden.